So the Israeli big nose people corrupted the last recording, so I'm gonna re-record this. So hey guys, welcome to Giga Alpha Sigma Gassy Fug HIV Wolf Furry Pod. Today's video we're gonna be talking about the UFC Serbia card coming up. I'm more hyped for this event than I was for UFC 329. I ain't gonna lie, cause it's in Serbia and a lot of these Eastern European guys have banger matchups, banger fights, so I'm really excited for this. Let's get right into it. We got Marina Spasvik versus S. Lucindo. I got this off Tapology, so I'm assuming her first name was very short. No, was very long. So they had to do S. Lucindo. I deleted Google because they warned me about my church history. And I don't want the Google, big nose people at Google to take my church history and use it. But I'm uploading on YouTube, so I don't really know how that's going to work. Anyway, should I pick the girl who's Serbian in Serbia or the Brazilian girl? I'm going to pick the Serbian girl to win via decision. Okay, next fight got Jovan Leka versus A. Popek. Same thing. His first name was too long, so they just put A. Popek. I'm assuming like Alexander or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, so of course, I think Jovan Leka is pretty good, man. I ain't gonna lie. I've watched some footage of this guy. He's incredibly active too. Like, I'll pull up his resume on here. He's a very active fighter, bro. He was meant to be fighting Max Jemis, who I thought Jovan Leka was gonna absolutely annihilate. But he pulled out, and Popek's in. And Popek's from Octagon. I think he's a light heavyweight, I'm pretty sure. So he's moving up a weight class. 21-5 more fights. Jovan Leka is also very young. He's 24. Like, I'm telling you, keep your eyes on this kid. He's actually good. And I'm going to pick him via submission. He has some pretty good grappling. And I saw some of Popek's fight that he does struggle. They just struggle with like takedowns and whatnot. He's not like useless on the ground, but if you're like a good enough grappler, you can get him down with like blast doubles and whatnot. So I'll pick Jovan Leka to win via either maybe like a grapple heavy decision or like a second round submission, something like that. This is a really good fight though. Keep your eyes on it, okay? Okay. What the fuck? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Who are you? Who the fuck are you, bro? Get the fuck out of here. Oh. Israeli spy heard me talking shit about them, so they came and tried to kill me, but they failed again. Okay? I got y'all. Y'all my kittens, and I love you, and I'll keep you safe. I give you the truth, the facts, okay? Keep following. Next fight we got Nina Misa. They tried again but failed. It's okay though. Fucking hey. Mina Miso Cervix versus Haley Conlon. Who I'm gonna pick here? The girl who's 8-1 or the girl who's 7-5? Give me the 8-1 girl who's also Serbian, okay? Next fight, we got, I fucking love this guy, Matej Rebecki versus Kyle Prepelek. This is a W matchup, bro. Oh my god. Fucking A. I'm like having a heart attack here, bro. What the fuck? Stay hydrated, kids. Fucking A. A fucking guy can't even talk about can't even talk about shit about getting a heart attack. Ain't that crazy? Fucking A, man. Anyway, it's cool though. Rebecki's very good, man. I know he's 4-4 in the UFC, but he had a pretty bad stint of the last couple fights. He fought Grant Dawson. He was gonna win that fight, but he's kind of retarded and took him down where he should have just kept it standing. I don't know why he did that. No. He didn't like take him down. He like dropped him, or Grant Dawson shot a takedown, and he followed him to the ground. I don't know why he just kept it standing, but anyway. He also fought Ludovic Klein, who's just a very high level striker, so he lost that. And what was the first fight he lost? It was another like brawler type. Who was it? I know he beat Mitzvah Orbai. I don't remember. He's on a free fight losing streak, okay? Fighting Kyle Purple, who's 0-4 in the UFC. He's 0-2 in his second run against BSD and Drew Dober. So not bad competition. I am kind of scared because he looked good in both of those fights. Like, he was low-key landing some good shots, even stole the first round against Dober. But Dober came back and knocked him out, and BSD submitted him. So I think Matej Verbecki is going to drop the first round. He does tend to get kind of pieced up by these types of fighters. But I feel like Kyle Perbelis is going to, same thing. He's going to maybe win the first round and then lose the second via finish. So Matej Verbecki be a round 2 TKO. I really want Verbecki to win this. I fucking love this guy. I hate seeing him lose, but I know he has it in him, okay? He's going to win this fight and then go on a 10-fight winning streak. Trust me, it's going to happen. Believe me. Next, I've got Bogdan Grad versus Denis Pasuka. They both got KO'd pretty badly in their last fights, but for Bogdan Grad, that was back in November. And for Denis Pasuka, that was back in April. So, pick the guy who got KO'd less recently and also who I think is just better. Bogdan Grad via submission round 2. Sounds good to me. Fuck it. Next fight. Mark Vologdin versus Borisov Nikolovic. No, it's not that. There's no V. What the fuck? Nikolovic. Man, I gotta really work on that. Work on pronunciations, or else I'm gonna get Twitter canceled, and that's not gonna be very red and goldly, And the Redditors are gonna reject me for being a racism, and that's bad. I wouldn't want that to happen. That'd be really bad. I already can't be canceled. I'm Gig Alpha Sigma Gassy Fug, Edge Heavy Wolfrey Pod. I live out in the woods, okay? I'm gonna go quiet again so y'all can hear the sounds of the wood. That's a waterfall going down. That was the sound of a mother bird trying to feed her kid, but she had a heart attack because she smokes. Anyway, silence! Woods just went silent because of me. Anyway, where was I again? I'm gonna pick Borislav because Mark Vologdin, I love this guy. He had a banger fight on Contender Series. He had an amazing fight in his debut against John Castaneda. But you went to a draw with John Castaneda, bro. And this guy's and the guy he's fighting in Borislav is 16-2. Looks like a Brave FC champion or something like that for one of those top promotions. I just feel like he's gonna win. I'm gonna pick him to be a round 1 submission because he looks like a grappler. I didn't watch any footage of this guy fighting. I just heard about this. I heard about it long ago. I just didn't do any research because Alpha has better things to do. But the guy looks like a grappler, 16-2. I'm gonna pick him via submission round 1. Screw it. I love Mark Vologdin. I just don't really think he's that UFC ready. I wish he was. I just don't think he's if you're going to a draw with John Castaneda, you're kind of that level, that maybe you're on his exact level and he can become a decent journeyman. But even if he loses this fight, please keep him around, okay? Keep him around, Fucking A, bro. Open Elliott, man. I fucking love this guy. Open Elliott, bro. I had faith that guy was gonna be ranked. I really did, man. Man. He was looking pretty decent in those fights, man. Then he fought Sonya Ko, got out-grappled. He fought Jonathan McCaleb, was piecing him up. was about to like TKO him on the feet, bro. He was piecing him up bad. Then he took him down and got submitted. So not very good there. Now he's fighting a big black Brazilian dude. Michael Oliveira. Or is it like Mikel Oliveira since he's Brazilian? But he's also black, so that might be Michael. I'm calling him Michael Oliveira, bro. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for Open Elliott, bro. The Welsh gangsta. The Welsh gangsta, you feel me? I can't do a Welsh accent just because I've never been there. I mean, I have been there. I just don't remember it, you know? But, bro, I love Open Elliott, man. I saw this Michael Oliveira's guy Contender Series fight, and he absolutely annihilated his opponent. He's also like a big black. I forgot that part. He's big and black too. A big black Brazilian dude. So that's just terrifying. Open Elliott, he's a very fast, sharp striker on the feet, but he doesn't really have a lot of grappling. And despite being a sharp striker, if you're big and powerful, which is what Michael Oliveira is, you're going to overpower him, and he's probably going to get KO'd in round 1. Open Elliott being unanimous decision, baby. Let's go. Fuck it. Next fight, why is on the prelims? Ludovic Klein versus Tofik Mustaya is on the prelims, and I don't really know why. Fucking hey, I got a really bad throat because I was trying to scream like a goat. I was like on top of a mountain, right? So I was trying to scream like a goat, and I guess it messed up my throat or some shit like that. I don't really know. I just rhymed like Cat in the Hat there, bro. That was crazy. What the fuck? I thought there was a guy outside of my house, but it was just a chair, so I'm fine, people. No person inside the house here, it's just me. You know, it's cool though. Anyway, next fight, we got Ludovic Klein versus Tofik Mustaya. Why this on the prelims? This is a really, really good fight. Might even be the second best fight on the card, you know? And there are probably gonna be some real, like, hardcore Instagram defenders, fake hardcore, gonna say, this is the best fight on the card. Shut up, bro. Anyway, this is a really good fight, but since neither guy is Serbian, it's not on the main card. I don't really know why. It's below two guys who are both debuting, so what the fuck is that about? Anyway, Ludovic Klein versus Tofik Mustaya. Ludovic Klein coming up to win or Matej Rebecki versus Tofik Mustaya, former Rising champion, and coming off a win over Ignacio Bahamondes. So they both be some really good fighters. I'm going to pick Ludovic Klein here, bro. Although I am scared. Tofik Mustaya does tend to cheat. Whether it's via headbutts, whether it's via fucking cage grabbing. This is going to be a really competitive fight. But I'm going to pick Ludovic Klein via decision. He's a very sharp striker on the feet. And I feel like he's going to be really competitive, if not better than Tofik Mustaya on the feet. And I think when it comes to the grappling, he's going to have a lot of success there. I know he got out-grabbable by Mateusz Gamrot. But that's Mateusz Gamrot, so it's not even that bad. So, yeah, man, I'm going to pick Ludovic Klein via unanimous decision. I am kind of concerned because Mustaya does have some decent power. He is a really good fighter. Also a mobile fight veteran like Ludovic Klein, so they kind of have similar levels of experience. But I am concerned for Ludovic Klein here, but I'm confident he's going to win a decision. Although Tofik Mustaya in his last fight, he went to war with Ignacio Bahamondes and did cheat. He did headbutt Bahamondes pretty bad, but so I am kind of scared he's going to cheat again and win again. But it's cool though. Ludovic Klein, let's get this dub. You know, it's gonna be amazing. I just got a haircut so now all my hair is falling all over the place. And it's kind of making me upset. Now my back itches. Although that could be because of my raging infection on my back that leads to open skin pores. Nah, just my hair. Anyway, onto the main card. We got Milos Jankic versus Noah Good. I have horrible handwriting because Alpha does not study handwriting. Alpha studies outside of Giga Sigma Giga Alpha stuff, you feel me? So my handwriting does not have to be good. Fucking A. Anyway. Noah, First off, he's French. How are your French and your name's Noah? Might be like a Bible name. Anyway, who I'm going to pick, the guy who's 19-3 or the guy who's 9-2? Given the guy who's 19-3 being like round 2 submission, screw it. His name's Milos Jankic. I'm assuming he's like a grappler. I don't know. Submission round 2. Fuck it. Vestado Sipo versus Gilbert Urbina. Back when I had long hair, back when Alpha had long hair, he kind of liked Gilbert Urbina, but I'm not him. Vestado Sipo, bro, the guy from Octagon, looks like a knockout artist. You know, Serbian. He's gonna knock out Gilbert Urbina in round 1. I'm gonna say it like that. Round 1 KO, light work, easy fight. Dusko Trbojevic versus Robert Valentin. I don't really know how this is above Ludwig Kleinford's defeat Mustaya, but I guess it's okay. I don't really know. Yeah, man, I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick. Look, I love Robert Valentin, but like, bro, he's 11-6, and I don't. He has one win, but the guy he fought was like straight up ass. So, I'm gonna pick Dusko Trbojevic. I think he's like 2-4 or 3-6 in the UFC, something like that. I think he's gonna win via submission round 2. Valentin's not a very good grappler. I know he won last time via submission, but I just think Dusko's the better fighter. Submission round 2 for Dusko, I guess. What the fuck? Okay. It was just my dog. I saw someone was in the house again. It's okay though. Anyway. Marcin Tybura versus Alexander Rakic. Let's fucking go, mate. This guy's gonna knock out Marcin Tybura in round 1. I fucking love Rakic. I've been a fan of him for like ever. No. Phenomenal fighter. The reason he loses is because he is so predictable. Rakic does the same thing every fight. He goes out there, throwing his hand out there to miss a distance, leg kick. 1-2. Head kick with no setup. Leg kick. 1-2. Oh, boom. Gets hit. The only way you're gonna beat Rakic is if you're A, just a better fighter like Ivan and Goliath, or B, you get in his face and you put on a lot of pressure and you hit very hard like Yuri Prochazka. Or 3, you fluke him like Aslan Mirzakhanov, which is cool. I know he's on a 4-fight win streak and that's not very good, but it's Rakic, man. Like this guy is gonna come on. What can Marcin Tybura recently do to win this fight? Nothing. I love Tybura, bro, but like nowadays he wins by blobbing on people. Even then he's getting pieced up on the feet. Like against Tai Tuivasa, he was getting pieced up on the feet and took him down. Against Ignacio Denise, he was getting pieced up on the feet, took him down. And that's like he wins fight, which is fine. I love that method. Rakic are just not going to take down like that. Rakic has pretty good takedown defense, pretty good wrestler. And I know, he's not a power puncher. He's a decision machine, and I love that about him. They only show 1 KO, and that's the Jimmy Manuel KO, but it's fine, bro. So I know a lot of people are probably thinking, how is Rakic going to knock out Marcin Tybura in round 1? Because here's the thing. If Rakic goes out there and just puts the beats on Marcin Tybura on the feet, which he will do, and just defends the takedown, he's probably going to be able to easily finish Tybura from there. And land some good ground and pound from there and get the TKO in round 1. So, round 1 TKO for Alexander Rakic. Next fight we got Jan Blachowicz versus Navajo Sterling. I don't really like Navajo Sterling because he beat my guy Ion Cutelaba. So this should be Jan Blachowicz versus Ion Cutelaba, which I think we can all agree is the better fight. But it's okay though. Stay hydrated. I'm really thirsty. Okay, we good. Okay. Deep breath. Fucking A. Jan Blachowicz, I know he's out of his prime, but he's still really good, you know? He only drew with Bogdan Guskov because he got 10-8 in one round. Besides that, he won round 1 and round 3. I'm pretty sure that's how it was. Anyway. Has a really competitive decision with Carlos Oldberg. Has a really competitive decision with Alex Pereira. Has a really competitive decision with Magomed Ankalaev. So, he has all these competitive fights. He could be like the greatest light heavyweight of all time, or at least one of them, if he beat Ankalaev, if he beat Pereira, if he beat Guskov, if he beat Oldberg, if he got those wins, then, you know, I hate John Jones, but I guess he is the greatest light heavyweight of all time for some reason. But there would be need for conversation that maybe Jan's better, you know, but that's just not the case. I love Jan, though. Not only Sterling, bro. He's 5-0 in the UFC, but it's kind of like a team of Gautier. Except he's not KOing these guys brutally. He's like, you know, he's fighting all the jobbers. Tico Tacos, Rodolfo Bellato, even Urslan. Fucking Bruno Lopez. And Kutalov is not a jobber. Kutalov is actually good. I swear, this guy was going to go and become ranked number 10 in the division, but fucking, he got tired. It's okay. We'll be back. We're going to beat Bill Alcana or some shit like that. I don't know. But here's the thing. There's like 3 big light heavyweight prospects. Navajo Sterling, Ivo Barnowski, and Yakayev. Yakayev and Barnowski have been KOing all their guys in round 1. Navajo Sterling is taking them to 29-28 decisions. Okay? And I feel like Jan's gonna win this, bro. He's gonna land good hard leg kicks. He's gonna land good hooks on the inside. He's gonna do good in the grappling, mix it up well. I think this fight is gonna be very similar to the fucking Israel Adesanya fight, which I know was years ago, but I feel like that's gonna do good here against Navajo Sterling, who can be hit, who can be outgrappled, who doesn't have one-hitter quitter power, who isn't like this crazy technical maestro on the feet. He can get pretty ugly, and I feel like that for Blachowicz is going to sign. And honestly, I'm picking Jan Blachowicz to be a round 2 KO. Pull this power. Let's go, Jan Blachowicz. Main event, Uros Medic versus Daniel Rodriguez. Bro. I'm going to pick Uros Medic here via round 1 submission. He's going to drop D-Rod, then he's going to sub him via guillotine, okay? D-Rod spent some time in Mexican prison, you know, and, you know, he's good. D-Rod is a good fighter. I think a lot of people kind of hate on him too much. He has like a very ugly style, but it works. He has some decent wins. He's a solid fighter. I think Medic is just better. Now, I will say this. Medic can get just randomly KO'd. Like against Paulie Sariano, he got randomly knocked out. 30 seconds into the fight, he got hit with like a big overhand, got KO'd. You know, and D-Rod could do that as well. He could land like a good counter hook and just drop and finish Medics, which will be funny to see happen in Serbia. But I think more likely Medics, who hits very hard, who's very fast, is gonna just drop D-Rod. He has crazy power. He's going to drop D-Rod and sub him in round 1 via guillotine. So, those are my picks and predictions for UFC Serbia. Which Angry Bird has the biggest penis? Of course, Angry Bird's been, you know, getting a lot of attention, a lot of traction. You know, y'all seen the memes of, oh man, it's all the explosion. You know, fucking, what's another one? Mighty Eagle going, no. You know, y'all seen all the memes, okay? But whenever I watch a film, the first thing I think of is, and I think we all think the same thing, man, how big is that guy's penis? We all think that, right? Surely, you know? So, I'm gonna go over 5 Angry Birds and just, you know, how big are their penises, you know? Start off with Red. Now, Red is very angry. He's one angry bird. So, when people are angry, that's usually because they have a little dick. And they're conversating with like, oh, fucking A. I'm so angry and mad. I hit my fucking toe, bro, and it hurts hurts hard as fuck. I'm compensating for something, man. Fucking A. Okay? Okay. Calm, deep breath, deep breath. Deep breath. Anyway, so, but Red, in the recent trailers I've seen, has like 4 fucking kids. So, I think he's laying down that pipe and has a decent sized meat. I'm gonna say 6 inches fully erect. Big enough to have a lot of kids, but not too big where it's like, it's just too big. It's like, man, I can't deal with all that. It's too big. You know? And I think, you know, as someone who has that exact same issue, has that, I have that exact same issue. Trust. You know? I do. I have that exact same issue. Yeah. Yeah, 6 inches. Okay. Never got it's the yellow bird. I think his name's like Chuck or some shit. Bro, this guy, he's very clearly gay, obviously. The guy's very fruity and gay, which is fine. So I'm gonna say he's not like packing, but he's very joyful. So I think he's has like the average size, where he knows it's average, but it gets the job done. He's happy with it. So I'm gonna say 5.5 inches for Chuck, okay? You know, very simple. He also runs a lot, so he's getting that exercise. You know, that's gonna add to your penis size. At least that's what I was told. You know, so I'm gonna say Chuck for that. 5.5. Anyway, never got his Bomb, and I love Bomb. Bomb's my favorite character. I just don't really think he's packing big meat. Now I do know Bomb is black. He is a black bird, so he could have that BBC gene that low tier guy was talking about, but I don't know if he has it, bro. He doesn't give off that big dick energy, you know? But I don't want to say he has a micro, so I'm going to say he has 5 inches. A little shorter on the Chuck, but I'm going to say his stuff is also very, like, wide, very, like, good in girth. Maybe, like, 5 inches in girth, like a 5.5, like 5 by 5 type shit, you feel me? So, you know, like a fucking soda can or some shit. My next one we got is Mighty Eagle. Now, Mighty Eagle, bro, in his prime was probably packing like 13 inches soft, man. Like, that shit would be crazy. But he's, you know, he started chud maxing. You know, he's very obese. You know, so maybe he lost some inches. But I'm gonna say he kept some of them inches. I'm gonna say he's 8 inches, bro. I was gonna say he's smaller, but man, I don't know, bro. Like, he's just a big specimen and bigger than all the other birds, so his dick's gonna be bigger by default. So I'm gonna say 8 inches, bro. Fuck it. And then we got Terrence, bro. Terrence is 12 inches soft, man. He had to sink that shit into his body, you know, because it's just so big and massive. If it's just hanging around, it's gonna drag on the ground. It's gonna get scrapes and shit. It's gonna like leave a dent in the concrete because it's just so big and massive and large. You know, which what I deal with on the day-to-day basis, you know, so. Why does it keep doing that, bro? Fuck. So Terrence has 12 inches, his dick's fucking huge, bro. Because I think, you know, birds don't have a penis bone, but other mammals do, but humans don't, so that's why our penis varies in sizes, you feel me? I just figured that out recently, okay? Oh, leave me alone. Thank you for watching, okay? Stay gassy or whatever.